Something. Oh, our furniture is bueno. Tampico is the name-o. Right? I think so. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Affan, and today we're going to watch some more Better Call Saul. It's season 2 we're in, episode 4, called Gloves Off. Now then, if you want to see a full-length reaction to this episode and pretty much all the other episodes, you can. It's available on my Patreon, link in the description to my Patreon, and also the videos go up early there as well. Thank you so much, every single one of you, for supporting me all this time. Now then, last episode was a very interesting episode. Jimmy, kind of, not really, but kind of, is doing things a bit shady. I mean, the thing is, he did something that is not the policy, I suppose. But he didn't do anything that was illegal, I don't think, at least. That's why I'm saying he didn't exactly, go back to his Slippin' Jimmy ways, because Slippin' Jimmy was just straight up scamming people. And I guess you could make a case for that too and say, well, those people should have been smarter. They shouldn't have fell for it, you know what I mean? So in that way, I guess they are the same then, but that is just straight up illegal though, like lawfully illegal. This, however, isn't illegal, but like I said, it's ethically, it's not right. And he knows it, and he knows it's going to be a problem. That's why when Kim asks him, did you get Cliff? What's his name? I don't know. His boss's approval. And he's like, yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? And he gets the call from the boss. And I mean, we kind of know already that he's him being Jimmy. He doesn't do that. He does stuff his own way. I mentioned it in I don't know which episode it was, but the fact that he just flipped that switch, that switch, that tick that he just couldn't resist. I mean, that says a lot right there, doesn't it? And of course, in a way, it then proves what Chuck was saying. Right, but we knew that already. We know what Jimmy becomes later on, and we know what Jimmy was before. The problem with Chuck was, which I have talked about as well, is Jimmy has made a lot of progress all this time. So he sort of disregarded and in a way disrespected Jimmy, which is why I was kind of like, well, But that is the beauty of this show, though, that they take someone like Jimmy, someone that like I know he's not a good guy. Well, he's not a ethically good guy, but still, when Chuck says it, I'm like, well, I don't like you, Chuck. Do you know what I mean? And that's the brilliance of not just this show, but also Breaking Bad. Judging from the comments, the amount of people that were upset at like other characters and not Walt himself in Breaking Bad, it's amazing, really. It just shows the genius of the showrunners behind the scenes and also the people in front of the cameras. The actors have to put in these performances that really make you feel for them, So overall, just amazing stuff going on. That little face-off between Chuck and Jimmy, Chuck calling him out on the client outreach thing, which I thought was a bit dirty from Chuck because, we hear Chuck say that I'm here to bear witness. Well, that wasn't bearing witness, was it? That was actually involving yourself and creating something, making something happen, right? Manipulation, which is what we see Jimmy do, right? So then, again, it's not that Chuck is wrong. It's just that Chuck has not become a hypocrite, you know what I mean? And that then ticks me off. I'm like, well, you're saying these things about Jimmy, but then you're doing sort of similar things him now. You're deliberately and desperately trying to trip him up. You're not here to bear witness. You've kind of crossed over into the territory of manipulation and making things happen. Was he wrong? Absolutely not. But is he any better than Jimmy? I don't think so. I think they're sort of now, it's becoming like a rivalry. And normally brothers have a rivalry and it's a healthy one, but this one seems very unhealthy and very damaging, and I feel like someone, most likely Chuck, is gonna eat it at the end of it. And I say that because I've seen Breaking Bad. But in all of this, I have to say, I really hope Kim doesn't get the wrong end of the bargain, because she is a really good person and she's doing really well and she's trying to do her best. And I don't know if that's going to be something I'll be able to handle if something happens to her, which again, judging from the fact that we don't see her in Breaking Bad, I'm like, something will happen. I'm just presuming that something is that Jimmy does something so despicable, and she's like, all right, we're done. I don't want to see you ever again. Not that Jimmy does something so despicable that comes back to haunt him and those he loves, including Chuck and Kimmy. Why did I say that out loud? I should keep these thoughts inside my head. I've said this in Breaking Bad as well. I feel like I make things happen by saying them out loud. And I know the show has already ended, so it doesn't matter what I say. But I don't know what's going to happen. Do you know what I mean? It's so weird. It's a weird feeling I get. But yeah, like I said, it's the genius of the show. It makes it feel that way. And so yeah, I've rambled on enough. Let's get into the episode. 4, gloves off without any further ado. And headphones off, as per tradition. I swear to God, I admire this guy so much. I mean, not the bad stuff he does, but just the amount of stamina he has. The guy never sleeps. He's always working. And he's very old. You know what I mean? Like, to do that at that age? Come on, fam. I'm tired after recording one video. At my age. Whoa, what happened? Kaylee! Whoa, that's bad. I'm like, did he like walk into a wall or something? I've done it before. Seems like he ran into the gloves off. Ran into the wall. Over and over and over again. And the name of the episode is Gloves Off as well. I wonder if they repeat an intro. Because they just showed the phones again, and I have seen the phones before. This might be like a different angle or whatever. We did our best. Yeah, using the chair lift thing instead of the dolly because I didn't have the dolly available. Where did it all go? That tear.
Other Jesus, you used your own voice?
Strictly to save money. All in, the whole thing cost production costs $647. All in. The one single airing was a $700 ad buy, so...
You think that's what this is about?
I'm just trying to offer complete information here. Now, this one airing, it was an experiment.
You keep using the word experiment like you're the goddamn Wright brothers.
When exactly were you going to tell us about this experiment?
Today, this morning. I admit I got a little ahead of myself. A little exuberant. And for that, I apologize. But the headline here is, I think...
I love the manipulation.
Client outreach is my department. Now, you told me that from day one.
Jimmy, if I put you in charge of payroll, would that mean I'd be okay with you giving everyone $1 million bonus?
You and I did discuss the possibility of a commercial.
The possibility in the abstract for a grand total of 30 seconds when I was halfway out the door.
I guess I thought I heard enthusiasm, so I took some initiative.
Some. Wow. We are a team at Davis and May. This is a team approach.
Yeah.
I fit in. I am here to help you and HHM win Sandpiper. That's all this was about.
Sandpiper's not what keeps the lights on around here.
We have clients who wouldn't want to be associated with this kind of this.
What? Why is that so bad? I don't understand how.
Any one case.
No, I get that,
this
but
could damage it.
But how could this damage it?
Suffice it to say, there's not a lot of love for you in the room at the moment. However, I believe in second chances. But no, this is both strike one and strike two.
I like how he did not accept his,
Come on.
Hello, you've reached the voicemail of Kim Wexler. Please leave me a message and I'll get back to you.
He didn't accept that he made a mistake. Neither did he apologize for that. He apologized for something entirely different.
Well, please call me before you talk to him.
Chuck's here again.
Bye.
Chuck's here again.
It's a simple question, Kim. Did you or did you not know about this commercial?
Ooh.
You didn't say anything to anyone.
No, I didn't.
We were caught flat-footed in front of our co-counsel, which I don't need to tell you does not reflect well on HHM. Or on you. That'll be all. You can go.
Wait, no. Why is she... I hope that is all.
What are you going to do?
Well, they've been I've been harsh on Kim before.
Can't pick you out. Tuco and me, that's her spot. He always sits facing out. Tuco, he likes to get face to face. Says everything he needs to know is written right here.
Oh, right. He had wanted to hire him to take care of someone. I guess he went through and did that.
Who have you? No extra muscle?
Don't need it. We can handle our business.
Yeah.
Take the cash, count it.
He looks capable, and we've seen Tuco, like...
The next. Then, when we're done, Tuco gets in his car, I get in mine, boom, we go our separate ways. That is where you come in. Up in the spot next to Tuco's. Pop. Headshot.
Oh, he wants... Well...
I-40 on-ramp. It's 8 blocks up.
Okay. I'm all of a sudden very much interested.
Let's see. My car, at least. Murphy's Law tells me somebody's going to pull a plate.
Fine.
Yeah.
Go to the yard.
Murphy's Law. I love Murphy's Law.
So I pull in next to him. That assumes there's a parking spot.
Our guys park next to him.
Someone comes in behind me, I'm blocked.
Who's gonna pull in behind you?
Well, I'm guessing someone who likes tacos. What then? What's my exit?
I don't know. Get out and run.
Look at him.
Killing your partner. That's a bell you don't unring.
Tuco develops a taste for it. And crank does not bring out the best in people. Make Tuco erratic. Connect.
Yeah.
One day, Tuco's settling up with Dog. He decides to put on his lie detector. Just keeps staring at him. Then he goes real. Dog gets supplying his competitor trying to cut Tuco out. Tuco doesn't even raise his voice, but suddenly he's got a sawed off and right in Dog's face. I was behind him. Dog's skull, under the skin, a little piece of him. I tried digging it out, but it's in there pretty good. Anyway, not the kind of thing you go to the doctors for. The thing about it was...
Yeah.
Tuco.
Skin does normally over time push stuff out, though, if it's stuck inside.
And he's using, again, crystal. Much bigger kick. If Tuco finds out about my, independent ventures, it's gonna be Dog all over again.
Tuco is very unstable, that's for sure.
No witnesses, clean egress.
Pretty far. You can make that shot?
Yeah.
The yeah and the sigh.
And you do it?
I think so. Judging from the face he gets. It's kind of interesting, One side of the face all damaged. Yeah. I didn't catch on to it right away, okay? Forgive me, but I realized, so that's all that matters.
I'll just be a second.
Watch yourself. The floor's slick.
Thank you, just Waldo.
He knows everyone's name. This guy.
Oh, no.
Are you looking for Miss Wexler?
I guess I'm too late, huh?
No, she's still here.
Wait. They sent her down to the cornfield again?
Kim. I am so sorry. I honestly thought I could fix it.
Fix it, man. Jimmy.
Stick you in doc review because of something I did, plus at an entirely different law firm. What the hell kind of sense does that make?
Yeah, she did.
I can't blame you for this.
I warned you he would.
I'm talking to Howard.
What, call him a pig fuck again?
I screwed up. This is total BS.
Only make things worse.
I'll explain it to him.
No! I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. If you go to Howard, you and I, we're done.
So we're not done now?
I need this job.
This guy, I swear.
And there's a weekly billing quota that I'm about 40 hours behind on, so could you please just go?
Help her with that at least. The only time he said I'm sorry is when he saw Kim being in trouble. This is Chuck, right? Ooh, he's angry. Oh, he's gonna go in like that without grounding.
I'm coming in!
You sleeping or is you not feeling good?
Do you want me to get you to the hospital?
No. No hospital. Get some water, please.
Is it, wait, what? Is he like actually sick or is it? See, that's what I'm saying. He completely forgot why he was here. He's here to help him. Look, he even got him extra protection. This is why it's upsetting to see Chuck, like, go against him. I don't deny he's wrong, but it's a bit unfair for him to disregard everything he's doing.
Sit up.
Everything good. Easy, Jimmy. Can't talk? He's not? He's thinking about it. No, he's not. See?
R50. State of the art.
Amarillo, Amarito.
Very effective against soft targets in light cover, behind cars, small diameter trees, and such. As always, I've gone to the trouble of grinding.
This is the same. They got one arms dealer in the whole of New Mexico. Well, there is
Nothing's perfect.
that other guy.
This is close.
Looks like a hernia with a scope on it.
34 pounds, which brings us to the M40.
M40, let's go.
True, battle tested.
Yeah, let's go. That's the one. That's that COD knowledge coming in.
Somebody probably should have figured that out before they sent it into a damn jungle.
Yeah, probably.
He's not buying?
Well, if these aren't to your liking, I could get my hands on a few more.
No, I've changed my mind. Thank you. I don't need anything.
Yeah, he wiped his fingerprints. I'm like, he's not buying.
Trouble?
Oh, it's no trouble. I make my living on repeat business. When you need what I'm offering, you know how to find me.
All right. Even though what they're doing is extremely unethical, immoral, and just straight up bad, they have their own rules, their own standards. He offered money because he took his time. He did not accept because he didn't give him what he was here to. Well, maybe he did. Who knows? But, you know, love it.
You get any sleep? Some.
Oh.
Enough.
Doesn't look like it. His hair and everything looks exactly the same.
I could use some tea.
Gonna make tea?
Thanks. You scared me last night.
Yeah. It happens sometimes. Sometimes I overdo it, and that's all.
Going into the office really takes it out of you, doesn't it? So many important things for you to do there. Like, you know, stick it to Kim Wexler.
What did I do to Kim Wexler?
She's back in the cornfield, isn't she?
I didn't do anything to Kim.
Tell me, when Howard was making his management decisions, was he sitting on your knee with your arm up his ass? Can he talk?
I wouldn't have recommended you to Davis in Maine. Actually, I'm sure it was Kim Wexler who talked him into doing that.
Take it out on me.
To think the world revolves around you, Jimmy, but this has nothing to do with you.
It has everything to do with him.
Responsibility to Hamlin.
She didn't know. She didn't know I was going to air the commercial.
Yeah, she didn't
know I hadn't gotten it approved.
The approval and everything, yeah.
I see.
So she didn't know there was anything she was supposed to tell Howard.
You told her he was?
Yeah.
I implied it. So it's on me, not her.
And the way she just, well, she was going to say something, but then she, like, stops her. Yeah, she stopped herself and he's like, nope. Nope, she would not. Swear if something happens to Kim.
You are such an asshole.
Why? For pointing out that her one mistake was believing in you?
Go get some
My brother. And I love you. But you're like an alcoholic who refuses to admit he's got a problem. Someone's given you the keys to the school bus, and I'm not going to let you drive it off a cliff.
Drive it off a cliff.
What can I do?
No pun intended or intended.
Life is not one big game of let's make a deal.
Yes, you want me to quit being a lawyer? Yeah, a chip with a machine gun, that's me, right? You help Kim, I quit the law. Is that a deal?
I didn't say that.
No, you didn't say it, but that's what you want, right? That's not.
Because if I were impeding the career of one of my employees for the purpose of compelling you to do something against your will, that would be extortion.
Yeah, it would. So, you gonna extort me, Chuck? It's a lead pipe cinch. You just set things right for Kim. You get her back in her office, out of doc review, everything back to normal, and I quit the law for good. No more Jimmy McGill Esquire. Poof. Like he never even existed.
Jimmy?
Come on, Chuck, extort me.
He doesn't get it.
And I will quit, but I need to...
Mouth. You want me to commit a felony? Because that's what you do, right? Because you want to believe that deep down I'm some hypocrite.
I think you are.
I am not the bad guy here. You don't want to be a lawyer. That's between you and the New Mexico State Bar. You clearly don't need any help from me to tank your career. You're doing just fine on your own.
That's true.
No amount of money makes this a good idea. You don't need him dead. You need him to go away.
Man, I drop a dime on Tuco. Who do you think the cartel looks at? Me. And if I call the cops, I get picked up.
Well,
too,
that's...
a known associate, so I'm locked up with Tuco.
Let's talk to the cops. You won't have to do any time. There's no killing, but your Tuco problem, it goes away.
Yeah, that was kind of what he was saying, right? If we kill him, they're not just gonna let it go. Salamancas. You know. The twins. Did that say Tampico, by the way? I saw that for barely a millisecond. I forgot the song. Something. Oh, our furniture is bueno. Tampico is the name-o. Right? I think so. Man, they should have named... Okay, that was Tampico. They should have named that episode 5 Bueno. You bastards. Tampico.
Till next time, huh?
Is this test?
Tuco.
He looks so innocent.
I'll see you next week, Tuco.
Yeah, see you, Domingo.
Call it Domingo. Call it whatever. I hate episode 5. Calling the cop. All 911.
Yes, I would like to report a fight going on at the El Machicana restaurant in the 5000 block of Isleta Boulevard. There is a man threatening another man with a gun. It looks to be some sort of gang thing. I don't want to get involved.
Oh, okay. Oh.
The fuck? Did you see that? Just hit my car.
Oh, the chain. The gloves.
Oh. Yes, sir. Hey, you. Hey, Gramps. You just hit my car. Got Mr. Magoo here. Yes, sir.
Mr. Magoo.
See that car that you parked your piece of shit?
Where do I know that name from?
That's mine. You just ran it.
Sky.
No, I don't think I did.
Are you calling me a liar? I saw it too. You can stand here and deny it?
If I did, I apologize.
Tuco's like, hold on. You don't walk away from me. Hey.
Oh, come on. That'll buff right out.
You're gonna make this all right. You're not leaving until you do.
Fine. Change information. Insurance. I have very good coverage. I'll take care of this.
I'm messing around with insurance. It's cash.
I have maybe 20, 30 bucks on me. That's all.
Okay, now you're lying to me. I saw your wallet. You got plenty in there. Take out the wallet.
I just cashed my Social Security check, and I am not giving it to you. Oh, come on, guys.
For you.
Giving you a damn thing.
Give me your wallet.
Is he wasting time till the cops get here? How does he get beaten, though?
It's like 400 here.
There's the cops.
You get worth 400 bucks. Hey, Tuco, time to bounce. Yeah, go. Man. What the hell? Let go. Let go.
Ooh. There it is, okay.
Let go.
Let go! Let go!
Oh, wow. That's quite a bit of restraint right there. Oh, Mike. Oh, come on. Come on, coppers. Get here quickly.
That all you got?
Get on the ground!
Hey. That's what happened. He got his chain, though. Michael is the name-o. He is very bueno. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
The cops witnessed him in the commission of a felony. Add the gun, he gets a 5 to 10 stretch.
He's gonna get out eventually, though, right?
Definitely earned it.
Oh, yeah.
You would have done the world a favor. You wouldn't look like someone took a lead pipe to your face. Plus, when Tuco gets out,
Yeah.
maybe you can.
Get to the point.
Just saying, you went a long way to not pull that trigger.
Like I said earlier, they have rules. I think that's what he's asking himself right now, too. He's like, I don't know why I did it, man. Quite windy. And that's the end. Wow. That episode was bueno. All right. That was a pretty interesting episode. Before we talk, though, if you want to see the full-length reaction and if you want to see these first, you can. They're on my Patreon. Link in the description to my Patreon. Thank you so much, every single one of you, for supporting me all this time. Now then, where should we start? We'll start with, we'll start with Chuck and Jimmy. You know, that's the thing that has been going on all this time. And now something is happening to someone else whose fault it is not. But, yeah, no, it is happening. And Jimmy, I love the way he was in that room with the Davidson Maine people. He didn't, he like stuck by what he did and what he wanted to do and what he achieved. And every time they would try to tell him like what he did wrong, but his reply would not be, I accept, or I apologize, or it was a mistake, or whatever. Even the one time he mentions the mistake isn't really the thing they're talking about. He's talking about something entirely different. And he keeps talking about the result. Look, but what did we achieve? We only spent $648, whatever, you know? $700 for the ad. That's it. That's all we spent. We got 200 whatever calls. And and that's the reason why I mentioned that is because that's exactly what then Chuck later on mentioned as well. You think the ends justify the means. So if you got the ad for what? It would be 1,300, 1,400, let's just say, and you got that many clients, then great, right? And that's what he's saying. That's what Jimmy's saying. But if you do it in a way that is not exactly the policy or the rules of the company, again, I said it too, he didn't really do anything wrong there, but it was against the policy of, you know, that company that he works for. So he has to abide by their rules, and he didn't. I did like Chuck's restraint there, though, because we know that's what he wants, but he's not willing to do it because, I mean, like he said, then that makes him a hypocrite. And I mentioned this at the start as well. The way he's kind of acting is kind of making him a hypocrite. He's going out of his way to sort of make Jimmy uncomfortable, see if he messes up, do you know what I mean? Which is what Jimmy does. Obviously, Jimmy takes it a bit further, but in a way, he is kind of doing that. And then here, he straight up was given the opportunity to do exactly what Jimmy does, and he was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go that far. So that's great that does make me, it brings me a little more to the end. I'm still on Jimmy's side. Don't get that twisted. I'm still very much on Jimmy's side, and I'm supposed to be. I mean, the show is it's got Better Call Saul. Saul is Jimmy, you know, so. But the fact that this show can sort of push me around on this scale, it's incredible. And I said this in season 1 too, I think. This happened in Breaking Bad. I mean, if you watch my reaction to Breaking Bad at the start and at the end, my opinion on Walt is entirely different. It is not the same at all. And that's just the beauty of it. And the same thing applies to Skylar as well. Anyways, enough of that. Talking about Breaking Bad. There were some things in this one, callbacks or call forwards, I suppose, to Breaking Bad, and Tampico being one of them. You know, they didn't outright mention it, but the Salamancas, you know, the twins, which is pretty good. That guy. So that guy, Crazy 8 though, which is the Tampico dude. I don't know if I should mention this. I feel like you know what? I'm not going to mention it. He's someone in Breaking Bad. If you know, then you know. So I wonder if he is that someone right now, basically is what I'm trying to say. Because he gave him that test, and it looks like he passed that test. But did he? I don't know. Is he just too good, or is he not there yet? It is so difficult to talk without giving spoilers, because I feel like I've already said enough, imply what I'm trying to say. But yeah, the only time though, then back to Jimmy's situation, the only time Jimmy felt actually bad and actually sorry and actually apologized for the thing that he did, not for some other thing that he made up, right? Exuberance or whatever, was when he saw Kim, and when he saw that his action had a real and bad and serious impact on someone that he cares for a lot. We have seen that with Kim. And then at the same time, Kim then sort of standing by Jim as well. I've talked about this before as well. She's in this spot where it's not fair. It's really not fair. It's very much unfair. She's constantly put in these situations. And it is due to Jimmy's doings, where she has to defend Jimmy, but also that means she has to take a hit when it comes to her job. And she has to talk for Howard when she's with Jimmy. She has to talk for Chuck when she's with Jimmy. Do you know what I mean? So she's like playing the devil's advocate, the devil's esquire, all the time. And yeah, that's why I say, because in all of this, all of what is happening, they're all a bunch of bitches. I hate them all, but I also love them all. Like the whole Chuck and Jim situation. You could say Chuck is right, you could say Jim is right, you could say Chuck is wrong, you could say Jim is right. All are correct. There is no right or wrong, because they're all sort of weird. You know what I mean? They play around with the rules in ways that they believe is right. Howard is actually kind of a good guy as well. He's another one of those characters that you could say is making the right moves. But one person that you can absolutely not say anything bad about at this point, out of everyone, even Mike, he's a great guy, but what is he doing? Right? The thing that he's doing isn't that great. So, and like I mentioned too, he sticks by his rules. He offered that guy money. That guy, similar to Mike, didn't accept because the deal didn't go through. And at the end, they're looking after Nacho as well, making a better plan, going through with it, taking that kind of beating just to not, kill someone. So he has these standards as well. But at the end of the day, what is he doing? So he's still doing wrong. Whereas Kim isn't doing anything wrong. She'll never snitch on anyone. She's like an angel. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, she can't go wrong. And in a show like this, it is people such as her that always get hurt. And I don't know if I'm ready for that. But yeah, she's on a great position at the moment with HHM. I have a feeling Jimmy might do something. This guy just doesn't learn. And we know he doesn't learn because we know Saul Goodman. That's why. But I feel like he's going to, in the next episode, he's going to try to do something, sort of reinstate or bring Kimbo back to her old position, just as he did before, right? So how exactly is that going to work out? I am not sure, man. One thing, though, about Tuco, I was going to say, we have seen Tuco act very gentle and very nice and be very caring and kind to older people. But those were his family, his abuela, his tío, right? And there, when Mike hits Tuco's car, he's like, hey man, hey Gramps, you just hit my car. And he's very soft, and the way he's speaking is very nice, and he's not like threatening him or anything. It is until Mike starts to mess with him a little that he starts to lose it. And then at the end, obviously, he just loses it completely. But I don't know. He might have a soft spot for the elderly. I'm not entirely sure. At first, I thought it might be just the family because we have seen, would that be a spoiler? The lesson that Tio gives to his nephews and the value of family. That's surely not a spoiler, right? Anyways, so maybe I thought it was that, but maybe it is that, but also that he has a soft spot maybe for the elderly. I'm not entirely sure. I talked about this a little bit already, though. Half the face being messed up, whereas the other half is good. That's clearly a reference to Avatar: The Last Airbender, to Zuko. I mean, if you know, right? Sangre por sangre. And the pink teddy, the one in the previous episode, not another pink teddy, at all. I'm trying, man. But yeah, I mean, the moment I got comments about Chuck not hating Chuck like right away was when I realized, and this is why I mentioned let's not talk about this now, because instantly I realized, okay, some things will happen in the future that will make us realize that maybe Chuck is not entirely wrong. And I didn't say Chuck was wrong even back then. I was just saying that he's disregarding everything that Jimmy had done up to that point. And up to that point, Jimmy had, he went to college, he got his degree, he was trying to start his own thing. He asked for a job, he didn't get the job, so then he started to do his own thing. And so for the most part, he was a good guy and he changed. And Chuck said, no, you can't change. So obviously that is something that I will never accept. Even now, I don't accept. At that point, no, Chuck had no right to say those stuff. At that point, no, I still don't accept what Chuck did there because, like I said, he's just disregarding Jimmy's sort of change from Slippin' Jimmy to just regular Jimmy or James McGill entirely. And he's, and also the fact that Jimmy had been taking care of him this whole time, these other people are getting paid to take care of Jimmy. Jimmy wasn't getting paid to do this, but Jimmy did a way better job than the other guys, right? I mean, even Howard was impressed when he saw what Jimmy was doing for Chuck. And in a way, that was why Howard then went ahead and referred him to Davison, Maine, was because he saw the good side of Jimmy. And that's what I'm saying is Chuck just was unable to see the good side in Jimmy. That was what I was saying. I wasn't saying Chuck is right or Jimmy's right or whatever. Obviously, I've seen Breaking Bad. I know who Jimmy is. I was talking about that situation and that situation only up to that point. Nothing beyond that. Beyond that meaning nothing that happens in Breaking Bad and nothing that happens obviously in the future episodes because I hadn't seen those episodes in Better Call Saul. But I was disregarding Breaking Bad as well because Breaking Bad hasn't happened yet. But yeah, whichever side you fall on, Jimmy, Chuck, whatever, one thing we can all agree on, the fact that we're even talking about this, showrunners, very well done. They are the winners in the end, having us bicker like children while they laugh away. But yeah, man, it's that that scene, that contrast between Mike and Chuck's sort of monologue or speech or whatever you want to call it. Mike saying that law isn't always right or wrong, and Chuck saying law is sacred. That's very much on display here as well, and pretty much all the previous episodes as well. One's ethically correct, the other one's morally correct. Whatever words you want to use. But basically what I'm saying is both are wrong, both are right. So yeah, and the only person, like I said already, that I actually feel bad for, like truly feel bad for, is Kim. And I have a feeling that something will happen with Kim. And I hope it is what she said in this episode. If you do this again, we're done. I'm willing to accept that. This being, I almost said Breaking Bad, but a show that is in the same universe as Breaking Bad. Yeah, things are all going to be just fine because that's how it always goes, right? Yeah, anyways. Yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Check out my Patreon. Like I said, you'll get to see these episodes first before anybody else on YouTube. And also full-length reactions are there. Thank you so much, all of you, for supporting me all this time. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Until then, have a nice